What's up, Devon?
I don't fucking know. I'm ready for this to be the worst episode of your podcast. I just want you to be prepared for this to be completely empty and devoid of value. Are you?
Why is that?
I don't know, man. I'm just a guy. I'm just hanging out. I'm not a comedian. I'm just like a dude who hangs out, you know?
Oh, yeah. So Devon is just kind of a guy that I know.
Yeah, I'm just
He's
like a fucking... I'm just a guy who hangs out.
No, I will actually introduce you.
Oh, good.
This is referring to the audience, if we look at the camera. Devon is my best friend. We've been best friends for years. He is a film guy, does a lot of like cool music videos for bands. Imagine, who else would he make them for? Comedians? That wouldn't make any sense. Devon does cool music videos. I don't know, and we have a way of speaking that we could. I don't know, man. I just want to give them some context there for who you are.
It's done.
Done. We're all caught up.
We did it. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So I think with this episode, because we know each other so well, he's yawning. He's like bored. I was thinking, well, he's in town from Philly, so I wanted to make sure I got him on the pod. I figured we could kind of like hit the ground. I'm doing like podcast voice.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I figured we could hit the ground running.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Well, just like immediately dive deep into. I was thinking that like you and I have certain ideas about stuff and the world that you and I are on like the same page of, and we also have like various systems and methods.
Cowardice is a virtue. That's the only one that I know is true.
And let's just like kind of go through some of them and kind of fill people in on our inside world.
Okay,
a little bit.
Wow, that'll be some thrilling television. people you'll love it. I don't know. You guys are gonna eat this shit up. We're gonna eat this out of the palm of our grubby little paws. This is good. Everyone loves a bunch of fucking inside jokes. Yeah, good plan.
Oh fuck. Okay. Well, I was thinking it's true. I was thinking, well, we have some inside ideas that the people could find interesting or useful. Maybe we could start with some of those. Okay, here's one.
All right, I'm with you so far.
The idea of if you or I are mad at each other, or if we get into if we have any sort of qualm or like issue whatsoever, we have like a really good high level way of like poking it, and that's what we call it. We like. I'm sorry if I'm doing podcast voice. I do feel like I'm doing podcast voice a little bit, but I'm just trying to talk. I'm trying to talk to you and the audience at the same time.
Wow.
And failing.
How many episodes have you done so far?
I don't know, man. Fuck. Why don't I? 41. 41. Usually, well, it's like with comedians, there's like sort of this base ground where like they come on and I can immediately be like, hello, you're here to riff with me.
Yeah.
You're a comedian I know from Brooklyn. What's up? What are your thoughts on this Tinder? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with you, it's kind of like, you know how we have an intense system for argument structure?
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of cool, and I'm like trying to catch them up at the same time.
Some people call it talking. Some people have... I don't know if you know this about you, Benny, but...
What do you mean by that? Explain.
I lived with Benny for how many years? 3 years?
No.
3 years. Yeah.
20. Oh, yeah.
3 years.
Yeah. You're right, yeah.
And Benny is... he's good. he's a good man, but we can both be deeply dense, and I think over time, what most people would call just talking to each other about problems, we were like, well, we have to have a system where we poke the issue because neither of us can read the room. We're very smart. We have a lot of systems like talking to each other about problems.
I think, and we hit on this the other day. The idea where it's like, I would kind of do some different like small aggressions where I would kind of, I don't know, be callous conversationally, and then you would kind of catch it and respond negatively as you should, because I was maybe being like rude or you know what I mean, trying to position myself in some, better than thou. Types. And I think like that kept happening, and or like we kept like hitting certain impasses, and like we would work it out, but it would definitely be like quite a bit of like, the fuck do you mean, dude, or like why'd you know what I mean? And then we kind of like definitely hit a certain point where like we like hit a certain rhythm where it'd be like I would say something and you'd be like, let me poke that that sucks, or like, you know what I mean? And like just using the word poke is like a useful mechanism of we are talking, but then when we hit a certain argument like level of talking, the word poke would be like a good way to go. Step back, mentally make sure you consider the emotions.
I mean, I don't know. I think
it's just an obvious thing that people do.
Well, the thing is, like, it is an obvious thing, but it is also like, I feel like, and it's not just men, although men do tend to have a shittier read on their own emotions and like get to like a bubbling point, but just like seeing people in general, like people are fucking bad at basic human communication. It's like I don't know, I was living with someone, like their roommate would just like like ice them for like weeks, and I was like, do you guys not talk about it? And like they'd be like, no, I mean, like my roommate is punishing me and I should learn. And I was like, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
That's awful. No, I've been cold to them, and therefore they're being cold to me, and that's just how it works. And I'm like, no.
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 And so
like, I don't know. Yeah, I think like it isn't. I mean, I don't know. People are fucking bad at talking to each other. And I do think that you are right that we got at least halfway decent.
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't mean to do a sort of, I mean, I guess I am doing a sort of like in-group supremacy of like, you and I are better than other people at arguing, but it's not what I'm not trying to be like positioning us as being like, yeah, we're so good at this, as much as it's a cool tool that we've found and learned is
talking to each other.
It's I don't know, just sort of like
we're pretty smart.
Argument diffusing. I don't know. This is maybe the dumbest shit in the world. I'm just like, hey, next time you're in an argument, chill out.
Yeah, just fucking think about it. Yeah,
dumbest shit.
Just chill out and talk to each other.
Damn, dude, that's an absolutely nothing construct.
Get ready for more fucking exciting ideas.
Yep. Woo! Yep, you came here to see.
I warned him.
You said, hey, this will be nothing. Okay.
Well,
okay. Is there an idea?
Not enough people punish Benny in New York.
That is true. That is true. Devin's good at punishing me.
Yeah, he's my little kitten. Sometimes kitten needs to be fucking spanked. You know?
Yeah. I do think that is kind of what we're hitting on. Is it's like now I have these like ideas about like conversational stuff where it's like people will do these mild aggressions to me, and I like having talked to you so much, and like we've flattened out and smoothed out a lot of minor conversational aggressions. When people do them to me, I'm like, oh, I recognize that person is doing cool posturing, or they're doing
like,
you know what I mean?
I don't know, those people are like bad, and
No.
I'm down to do like hand holding and be like, hey, what? I'm dumb as hell. What is the subtext here? Because I'm missing it I think I've arrived where I am because I'm stupid as fuck, and I like.
And Devon is, by the way, he's dumb as hell.
I'm one of the dumbest people.
Devin's not dumb.
But I think that is like why I've arrived just at that, is because subtext is completely lost on me. I'm very stupid. And
well, no, I don't. Obviously I disagree. I think you're very smart, but just in terms of the subtext thing, I think what's happening sometimes is like you're reading the subtext as negative, because they're doing negative subtext.
Yeah.
And you go, well, surely this person wouldn't be wronging me. And then you go, hey, what did you mean by that? And then they like explain it, and it's like them wronging you. And you're like, oh, actually, don't do that. Actually, you should be nice to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think that's you know what I mean. And once again, people aren't necessarily bad for doing that.
Yeah.
Just self-projecting and going like, I've done that, and like, you know what I mean. It's something people have to learn past. You know, what's that?
I'm just looking at your stuff. Like,
Some of it's from you, man.
I know.
What's from you that's on this thing?
None of it.
No.
Thrilling television.
Yeah, some of the photos up top.
TV.
Specifically the photography. I think one of the books, maybe.
Yeah, the mug. The teapot.
This book here. The Classic Tales of Peter Rabbit or whatever.
Oh, is that? Did I give that to you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at us go. Such
The
depth.
teapot. Yeah, for
Such
sure.
depth to our friendship.
Okay. Gifts. Yeah, our love language is knick-knack giving.
Yes, yes.
How about the concept of the internal worm?
Oh, the evil worm?
The evil worm.
Oh,
inside, yeah.
the worm in our brains?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I don't know. Everyone's got a damn worm.
Yeah.
Or at least I hope so, because otherwise I'm America's bad boy. But I don't know. I feel like, there's the voice of evil inside everyone's head, and you just gotta either sometimes feed the worm, like if you're like, well, I'd like to be an alcoholic for a year. Like, that's like a fun way to feed the worm. Or
You were doing.
alternatively,
When did that stop, by the way?
I don't know, like 6 months ago. I was
Nice.
like, no, never again.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Pimp mode activate, as you will.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. The worm is in traffic. The worm hangs out. But the worm is the voice that's like, smoke a cigarette. You love cigarette, and you have to go down now, little worm. How'd you get my brain?
Yeah.
How'd you get there? I'll feed you a cigarette occasionally, but you gotta relax.
And it is a useful thing to take your like negative desires and to pin them to like this evil anthropomorphic worm inside your skull.
Yeah, you got a
go,
worm.
You know what I mean?
Everyone's got
this worm.
Everyone's got a worm.
Everyone's got a worm going like, kill the boy, or whatever.
Lash out in anger.
Yeah.
He deserves to die.
Or as you've described recently, goose.
Oh yeah, the goose gets loose.
Yes, yes, and the goose being in many ways driven by the worm.
Yeah, the goose drives the worm, drives the brain, drives me.
I'm like, we should explain our inside joke. There's a goose that drives the worm.
Well,
there's a worm that drives the goose.
The worm drives the
worm
goose.
drives the goose.
The worm drives the goose.
Worm, yeah, and sometimes the goose gets loose.
And then the goose gets loose.
And the goose gets loose?
And then you have to go on an apology tour, and you have to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I spat.
That's another.
That's my bad.
Would you care to talk about the spitting punishment?
Not enough people spit at people as a sign of disrespect. I think. I think that is.
So
an underutilized tool.
One of Devon's forms of punishment for me was when I would be
Daddy's
being
good.
unfunny.
Daddy's good girl.
It's when Daddy's kitten.
Yeah, Daddy's kitten. Well, good girl, kitten. We're gonna edit the pod. We're gonna edit it.
We're gonna edit the pod.
Or not? Who gives a shit?
Well, no, I mean, I think that people can tell that that's not the actual.
No, we know how it is. They know.
They know. So if I was being unfunny, Devon would threaten to spit on me, and at least twice did in fact spit on me.
You got to keep him in this place.
How do you feel people aren't punishing me enough? Do you feel I've gotten out of line?
I feel like I feel like sometimes in a conversation you are not in the conversation and are just you're in what is like the like good for a podcast, but it's just like
relaying story mode
or just like a person just conveyed a detail about their life that seems troubling about them. What are 3 riffs I can do off of this as opposed to communicating? And I think that was something that I was working on training you out of.
Oh sure.
Just listening generally is one of your weak points. Which is fine.
Start a podcast.
You're my special boy, but
special girl.
No, you're my special. You're America's special little man. And
love getting. Maybe I will edit the pod.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. it's something you're aware of, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
But not enough people spank you up here. Not enough people.
I think with the riffing, it's like if you're telling me a more intimate detail, I think the part of the riffing element is what I'm trying to do. That maybe falls flat for you. Is like what I'm trying to show is one that I was listening, and two that I'm able to like expand on it, and that we can have a sense of humor about certain things. But I do think that it can read as just sort of not reading the tone, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a part of it, and I think it's also like letting certain things breathe and giving people the space to expand on their thoughts. See, this is poking.
Yeah. This is us poking at things.
Oh, baby! Wow, look at that!
Look at that!
Wow, what a
you immediately get a
the audio levels are just clipping. I shouldn't have had you turn it up.
Oh, I can turn it back down.
It's fine. Let's turn it back down a little bit. But wow, look at us go! This is thrilling TV.
I have no idea.
I'm so sorry. To everyone at home,
he knows
so
how
sorry.
podcasts work.
I'm so sorry.
Did I turn it down too much?
No, it's fine. I think. Who knows? No, we're a little quiet now. Meet in the middle. Let's fucking meet in the middle. Why don't we?
Honestly,
anyway.
I'm just gonna put that hard limiter thing on the thing.
Yeah. I'm assuming everyone does this, but now we're in a submarine. Oh no. Anyway, but yeah, this is gonna be, as said before, the worst episode of your podcast.
I doubt it.
I hope so.
Yeah. I think
okay, second worst. The Nana one was garbage.
You didn't want
Nana
production value.
No, just across the garbage grandmother. You should do better next time.
She
Does she watch the pod? No,
she did actually watch the pod.
Well.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Maybe she should learn to take a joke then, because that's staying in.
No. She was a little dehydrated in the ep. She was saying.
Yeah.
But she's doing better these days.
Yeah.
Fucking I do think that listening is obviously something I do want to work on.
Yeah.
I do think that with you in particular, I especially like the last day or two we've been hanging out. Yeah. I've been like I definitely go into relay mode because I'm like I need to catch Devon up.
Yeah.
And so there's like here's a story, and I know I like kind of spurred at you for like a minute or two of like here's an entire thing that's been happening to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that can feel disengaging, but then when it's done, it's like, all right, now time to re-engage. You know what I mean? And I don't mean for it to be a non-listening concert.
Oh no.
Oh man, this podcast sucks.
We could do a little bit on the lighting side. I can help you out. I can help you out with the lighting.
You explain what we should do with the lighting as I fix the mic.
Okay, so I don't know, man. All the light is like top light right now, so it's kind of just like ugly, generally speaking. So if we threw a little edge light on this, it would help us to pop off the background. And also, if we did like a little frontal fill, like I wouldn't mind that, especially because it would keep us off the background as well. We just get brighter, and the light would be at a more flattering angle. See, this is good podcasting right now. It's just telling Benny and you guys why this looks bad.
I think that's definitely fair. I also, from the first step, have like you've given me advice on everything, and like
this looks a lot better than it did.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I just was using like my work computer camera, and then I switched to my iPhone. I've got I don't know. I use mics and I put on that limiter audio thing. So it's like I listen. Devon is
podcast was too quiet.
Devon really knows what he's talking about in terms of film stuff. What are you working on?
The basics.
Do you care to talk about what you're working on?
Yeah, sure. Working on a little music video. That's why I'm up in New York, is to get it colored. And I figured, why not say hello to my pal Benny Feldman on the Benny Feldman podcast.
The BFP.
We've not spoken otherwise. But
you call me. You're the only person who
I love to call people. I call all my friends. I have like little hour-long conversations with all my pals, and it's great. Everyone loves a phone call.
Honestly, I really do enjoy it. Yeah.
No, people are like weird. I feel like culture is weirdly down on phone calls.
Well,
and I'm like, no, a phone call is objectively better, and you get to just hang out. You just get to hang out.
In
with
the
your
moment of silence, and it's like guaranteed they're gonna talk. Like
Yeah.
texting somebody, then you like lose them.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know. I wanted to, or it also feels impersonal. I like the call.
Yeah, the call is great.
And the text you can lose tone sometimes, and I think that's something that.
Yeah. I don't know. What else am I doing? I rock climb a little bit, mostly just inside because I'm a fucking coward. But I'm gonna shoot a video at my rock climbing gym, which will be fun. I don't know, man. My life is pretty quiet right now. I'm just like a guy.
Just a dude.
Yeah, I'm just like a guy.
You keep reiterating the just a guy ethos. What's that about these days?
Just being a guy is kind of just like about like just like hanging out.
Nice.
Watching Succession.
Sure.
Playing chess online.
Do you still play chess at like? Where were you playing before?
I was mostly. I don't know. I was all over the place, but like at this point, mostly I just like play online. I got some friends who I'll like climb with and play chess against as well. I've got a couple friends who are like, "Yo, when are we coming over to play chess?"
People with a Venn diagram of hobbies.
Yes, yes, and people who do film and also those other two things. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Like people. Oh shit.
Yeah.
You got a little cult going. Of people who do all of your hobbies.
I was doing a fucking TV show, and like every lunch I would play chess against my pal Seamus. And,
oh, nice.
Yeah. So that was a nice little like lunchtime ritual. Is just to like hang out. Fucking.
Did he ever win?
He won once. in 30 days, he won once. Nice, which nice. Credit to him, dude is a fucking. He's got a fighter's spirit.
Yeah. Well, he came in. I assume not having played chess in a while.
Yeah.
And you've come in playing it a bunch lately. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, I don't know. It's the same as just like playing Smash Brothers. It's just like I don't know. I don't play Smash. I don't play Overwatch or anything. But I like it's just a dang video game that I play too much.
What I've asked you before what you like about chess, but I'd like you to tell the people at home.
It's just like a fun game, and it's culture's perception of it as being for smart guys is only damaging to it being a fun game, and you should just play chess. It's just like a good game. You should just get good. You should just get good and play chess and play chess against me online. Chess.com/nubmoo, NUBMOO. It's spelled how you would expect. Add me on chess.com and we'll play. It'll be good.
You should play Devon in chess.
Yeah, we'll have a nice daily game or...
Do you play chess daily with people?
I do have a couple daily games going.
To clarify, is that an entire game in a day or is that a move every day?
Move every day.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, do you wake up and like you play a series of chess moves before like doing other stuff?
It depends. I don't have any daily games going right now, but I've had like 3 going at a time, which is just like a fun like thing where it's like, I've got a couple minutes. Like, let me look at this and make my move.
Kind of like Be Real.
Yeah, it's like Be Real, which is not something I need in my life.
Oh no, it's saying. Yeah, I'm not on Be Real.
Benny, get on Be Real.
I don't know. Listen, I'm not truly against it. If I were to get on it, I'm sure I'd have a fun time, but it's not something I want to get into.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the just a guy ethos is really just like, I don't know. I don't do too much. I'm just kind of like I just kind of work and climb and play chess and like fuck around and play Dark Souls. Like I'm
nice. Speaking of get good, that's kind of like get good. Of course, being a video game term, meaning to get good. Just like if you can't beat a boss, don't like all you got to do is get good at the game, idiot. And I think you and I would use that a lot for everything.
Yeah, one of our first friendship steps was when we were still in college, and you lent me your Xbox with Dark Souls on it. And I don't think I enjoyed a single moment of that game. I was purely negative. And now I like those games, unfortunately. And I'm actually replaying Dark Souls for the first time.
And you're enjoying it.
And I'm enjoying it. Oh, it's a fantastic game. But I don't think I...
The initial shove through was...
The initial shove through was pure misery. It was pure just anger and spite. Which is a good way to enjoy your free time.
We also... Devon got cursed in the game. When in those games, getting cursed, you have like half health even after you die. Which is like a really fucked mechanism. So we were using the phrase "get uncursed" for a while, not only in the game but like outside of the game, where it's like, how would I make this video better? Get uncursed, kind of thing.
I got to know Benny because we met at some college party, and I was like, in my head, I was like, I need to make a TV show pilot. I need to do it. I'm a junior in college. I need to make a TV show pilot. And Benny was like, oh, I'd like to be in and write a TV show pilot. And we arrived at a TV show called the Game Show.
Oh, I thought was that different than Carrot Wand?
That was the same idea.
Okay,
Game Show, or the Carrot Wand challenges, where Benny wanted to be a wizard who was trying to like trap a friend, basically. Somebody to be his forever friend. And it was not good, and I had like a writing partner with it alongside, or like a show partner with it, and we were very mean to you. We were honest, but also like it definitely drifted into cruelty here and there, and like you were like, I no longer wish to do this, and I was like, that's reasonable. And I felt bad.
I don't remember not wanting to do it anymore out of you guys being cruel.
Yeah,
I remember not wanting to do it anymore out of I think a combination of you guys were accurately correct about how bad it was and how difficult it would be.
Yeah, because you were like, it would take me X amount of time to like write jokes for this, for just myself, for like stand-up and stuff, and like to have one episode of a show is this much time, and I don't think I'll be able to write a show that well in that amount of time, or like in any kind of like predictable way.
It's just like well, this would take me like a full year of working really hard on it, and I don't care about it that much.
Yeah. I guess So that was kind of the response, and then I would just kind of like show up at your house occasionally after that.
Well, that initial, when we met up to write the initial idea, like this pitch, we had a blast at just like the coffee shop, and like we just hung out for hours, and we ended up like walking around the park.
Yeah, that was we went to the fucking Laurel Hill
bio pond.
Oh, bio pond. Yeah. Okay, I believe you. Yeah.
I just remember because
my memory is trash.
But shit, fucking
But
I just remember because it's also my makeout spot.
So that's pretty much what we got.
Well, we sat on a different bench than I was.
Yeah, but all benches are the same the eyes of God. So that's worth thinking about.
Yeah. Well, but then from there, I don't know. I think we realized that we had similar idea structures about certain things.
Yeah.
Or like I liked your worldview.
Yeah.
And then we could kind of like cohesively mash stuff together.
Yeah. So he would occasionally come over and watch me play Dark Souls, and I would just go over to his house, which was down the street from me.
Oh yeah.
And then you would host you had like a comedy, like open mic / crit thing in your basement that I would show up to, not out of really a desire to do that, but just because I was like, the opportunity to hang out with my pal Benny.
Oh, you did stand up for a second.
I did.
You did, yeah. You had like a stock photo of a child that you would pull out of your belly.
No, it was not a stock photo. That was a photo I found on the street.
Somebody's household photo of their child that you would pull out of your belly.
It was a lot of prop comedy. And anger, which everyone loves. Everyone loves both of those things.
Well, I remember really enjoying it for the time.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I saw it now, it would infuriate me.
Good.
But that's Well, I'm sure if you did stand up now, I'm sure you would do something very different though.
Yeah.
But my stand up, if I saw my own stand up from then, it would infuriate me, and I have videos of it, and it makes me deeply uncomfortable and cringe.
Yeah, you have gotten better.
Thanks, man.
You've been doing it. I've watched some of your older stuff like fairly recently, and I was like, oh, he has improved.
Oh, to be clear, Devon has filmed. Like my 2017, 2018, and 2019 video were all filmed by Devon.
Yep, and so they look successively better because I was in college. They don't look very good.
No, you weren't in college after the
Shh, don't spoil the illusion. I've already baked us in.
Oh, sure.
I was bad back then, but now I'm good. And I'm only gonna get better.
That's right. And I would have wanted Devon to film my current stuff, but he costs too much money now. He lives in Philly.
Yeah, only because I live in Philly.
Transportation. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'll film it for fucking $3,000 or some shit.
Yeah, it's not worth it for you.
No, back then it was fucking cheap. It was some fucking food. I don't think it was free the first time.
I think it was free the first time. Yeah, yeah.
And you were like, I'd like to do this for money. And I was like, oh, yeah, well, I do like paying people.
Yeah.
It is important to me to pay the people, and you've helped establish that's an important thing.
Yeah, but I just don't want to come up to New York ever. So that's really.
And I don't want to pay $3,000.
It's good.
It's a deal. We won't work together.
Man, if you ever do something big though,
definitely. I would love to work with you on that, but too bad we've shaken on it.
Your ass is mine.
Well, we just shook on it. We can't
mine.
work with it. I'm sorry, we shook on not working. We'll shake on working on something big.
It's important for your friends to fear your wrath. It's good for there to be a good undercurrent of fear in all your friendships.
I can't be punished, folks. It's important to me to not be punished. I'm very. I was gonna say Pavlov's dog, but they're like reward focused. What's the famous experiment where they're like punished? Does that say anything?
We could start one.
Stanford prison. Oh yeah. What's that zappy one where they're getting zapped in the other room? Because you're in Philly. So it's like I gotta attach a shock collar, and anytime you watch one of my videos that you don't like the color grade of, no, Devon, I've spent hours getting the reds to match the blues.
Yeah, man, I don't fucking know what exists in life.
Well, what's let's see. I was trying to think of more ideology stuff, and I think power is a wheel is something that you and I talk about a lot. And what's the saying, Devon? Power is a wheel.
I keep getting run over.
That's right. That's the one. When he first said that, I thought it was a saying.
Yeah. Because I did like a very small life bit where I like photoshopped Garfield comics to like say that, and then I told you that I made it up. And you were like, no.
That's a real Garfield.
That's a real saying. Otherwise, how does the Garfield comic make sense? Yeah. And I had to be like, no. I gaslit you. I didn't mean to. But unfortunately,
I don't think you gaslit me. I think you did give me all the information that I just forgot. But
you were like, no, it's a real saying, and you like looked it up on your phone. You're like, I can't find anything, and I was like, yeah, that's what I'm.
Because it's not real.
That's what I'm saying.
Power's a wheel, and I'm going for a drive.
Yeah,
that's the one I say more. I think.
Yeah,
power's a wheel, and I keep getting run over. It's very funny. But power's a wheel, I'm going for a drive is more of the like one that is more fun to relate to.
I guess so.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on? Well, I feel like we talked a lot about power. I don't know about it. I don't know about its influence and how people manage it.
Yeah, people should be kind.
Mm-hmm.
People should be good.
Stop running people over.
Yeah, quit that.
What's that?
Knock it off.
Knock what off?
Running people over. How you guys enjoying this episode? Is this good? Are we doing good? Benny, are we doing good?
I think we're doing good. I swear to God that we have like so many more inside good ideas. But like now when I'm on the step, I'm like, we have a little worm.
Yeah,
we have the idea of the worm.
Yeah, Benny, come on, man. This is your podcast. Fuck. If I look bad, it's fine. This is your image. Come on, man.
This is my best friend. And he's like, you don't listen.
You don't listen?
Which is true. That's true.
Your podcast is bad.
It's not well lit. Well, I think if I can say is what I really love about Devon and our relationship is he never holds anything. He's extremely honest with me. I once said we're honest with each other. I try to be as honest with Devon as I can. He's much more honest with me, and that's when I'm able to be more honest. I feel like Devon's the person I'm able to be the most honest with.
That's kind.
Like if you were to show me something and be like, criticize this.
Yeah.
I go, here are my thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can put something online and I think you're more proactive with criticism, which is useful and good. I like that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Do you agree? I don't
know.
know.
I think most people aren't rude enough.
Yeah.
about art. I think. Like, someone can be wrong and rude, which is frustrating, but, I just feel like people are like, I don't know.
They're too polite about art. Well, the criticism-based mic was like, there's like methods of criticism and ways to do criticism appropriately that I feel like we tap into, and we're like, this isn't working for me because, and like really being sure to explain why something isn't working for you is like important.
Can we talk about objectivity, or is that that taboo?
No, please. Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like the issue with crit that we both get into is that we, unfortunately, for better or for worse, unless we check ourselves, believe in objective truth, which is unfortunate because it is not, but also like it is kind of real.
Oh, for sure, and it is tricky where it's like as an example, you showed me a music video earlier that you clearly did really like, and I didn't like it that much.
Yeah, because you didn't. Yeah,
and it's like, and I do, but I think we have gotten a lot better at holding back and going like, and I'm going like, okay, I'm sure Devon likes this for good reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think when we first started being friends, I think I would have been like, no, this is bad. And you would have been like, no, this is good. And there would have been like a much...
mired in the trenches for...
Yeah. And now I think we're able to go, I understand Devon likes it. Yeah. You understand I like it. I dislike it. And we're like, we don't know. And we even after we've explained the ideas to each other, we still go, okay, well, we just have different aesthetic judgment on this.
Yeah,
and that's okay in this moment. Yeah.
But I do think that there can be, like, I think one idea that you lean on often is that, like, there's different flavors of ideas, and within those flavors, something can be objectively better, which I think is good. I think you should.
I was gonna say, I still think that's true.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Yeah. I think that is true. Mm-hmm. I think that people should do better.
But it's just like sometimes we disagree about which flavor is the better one in a specific moment.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, like if you were to lay out 100 music videos in front of us, there would be a subset of 5 or 10 where you and I would disagree, and then a lot of the videos you and I would go like, that's bad because of this, and you would go, yeah, or you would go like, this one's good because of this, and I would go, oh yeah, that's like a really, that is like, that's why I'm enjoying it. You know what I mean? Wow. Wow, beautiful.
Wow, we're here.
No, it's just like, in this moment, you mean, or what do you mean? We're doing it, baby. Cheers.
You told me there were 4 rules.
5 rules.
One of them was don't fuck with the microphone, and I feel a little betrayed that you're allowed to do it.
I feel I'm trying to make it clear that the rules can be broken.
I'm not allowed to fuck with the microphone, but you're allowed to fuck with the microphone.
You can fuck with the microphone.
Oh, thank you, Benny. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Haven't been fucking with it the whole time.
You've been doing a lot. You've been doing a lot of fucking with it. You uprooted it from its mount.
Well, that wasn't on purpose.
Yeah. Okay. How much longer? This is 37 minutes in.
We gotta do an out.
No, we have to do 2 hours, Betty.
Yeah. How does it feel? Have you done a podcast much?
No, never, because I know myself.
I am surprised that you wanted to do this.
Oh, well.
Because you've been reluctant. You've not wanted to in the past. What changed the opinion?
I don't know, man.
Just like, fuck it, kind of vibe it out?
Yeah, I'll just vibe it out. I'm here.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Okay, so this is like, I do have comedians on. You are a friend who is not a comedian, but who is funny. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right, I'm with you so far.
Now we're doing Mike bullshit with the.
Keep saying nice things. No. Keep saying nice things about me. Come on, feed people, feed me.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think maybe you're a funny guy, and your willingness to do the podcast feels like it fits within the I'm just a guy ethos or something. And I feel like you're kind of like, yeah, I'll do it. Whatever. Who cares? I'm just a guy. I'll say whatever.
I am a simple man. That is the truth about me, for better or for worse. Mm-hmm. But it also means that I'm not very good on a podcast.
I think my mantra in that space has been that I'm a weird guy, as opposed to like. I mean, I am dumb about certain things, but I think specifically I'm a weird person.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Would you consider yourself a simple man? You're obviously not dumb, but simple I could see possibly true.
Simple's fair, yeah.
Something that was interesting, something I found very interesting about you, very different from myself, is that I enjoy a lot of things. You do not.
No, I like 4 things.
Yeah. And like it's like chess, rock climbing,
video games,
certain video games, certain video things in like the video world. And well, in the video space, there's only a couple specific.
That's
things.
the only reason that I do video work is because it's one of the few things that like has its tendrils in me, and I'm like, well, I guess if anything, it could be a job. But I don't know. I do like shit on my own as well, where it's like I'm like, oh, I would like to make a video for this band. Like, let me lose a bunch of fucking money, and just make something that I like. Hopefully, I don't know, but I do like making videos. And I do, well, okay, here's one other thing that I like. I watch, like, a shit ton of garbage YouTube content. I watch, like, probably, not, like, watch, but, like, I think, there's, like, a YouTube Twitch motherfucker, named Northern Lion. Who is just my background noise, for better or for worse. And I don't know.
Did he do the Fall Guys video?
Yeah. But I just, like... I don't know. I feel and this is something that I don't like, and I'm trying to like reprogram my brain a little bit. But like I waste a bunch of brain with fucking empty noise, and that's something where it's like I think there are bad patterns that I fall into, and I've done a decent job of being like, oh, let me eradicate this bad pattern from myself. But like, I'm still on my phone too much.
Oh yeah, same.
I'm on my phone way too fucking much, and I'm uncomfortable. I've gotten to the point where I'm uncomfortable with silence, and my brain is very distractible as well. Like I'm like very like I don't know. I was driving up here, was listening to a fucking audiobook, and like truly like every minute and a half, I'm like, oh, I need to go back by like a full minute because I like zoned out, or like I zoned out, or like I was paying attention to the road, or like I'm just like, oh, this idea reminds me of this idea. Oh wow, I should text and drive. But I should.
Nice.
Everyone, look, I'm very good at texting and driving. We're gonna edit the pod. But
we leave it there. We could just say it.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I just like
folks don't text and drive.
Don't do it. Don't do it unless you're really talented at it. In which case, think about it. Look, a lot of people. The most common accidents are texting and driving. But what if you're better than those people? Think about it.
Don't text and drive.
Unless. But I don't know. I like the thing that I have always known about myself is that like I think part of the reason that I'm like a simple person is I'm like very anxious, and like very distractible, to the point where like anytime I meditate for like even like 10 minutes, like I don't full on weep, but I cry literally every single time because of like the background like pressure just being like evaporated. It is like purely like a tears like stress relief response, and so I'm like my brain is bad. Like
yeah, what? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, every time.
Oh wow!
If I do 10 or 15 minutes of meditating,
and like, how often are you meditating?
Not enough.
Oh okay.
Like I get into times where I don't know. I'm starting to get better about setting habits, generally speaking, but like freelancing is not good for habits. It's not good for like a routine. And so I did a job recently where it was like a 6-week job, and it was the first time since I've graduated college where I was like, oh, this is what a sleep schedule feels like.
Whoa.
oh, I need this much sleep, and this is how my dreams work and all that sort of shit, where I was just like, I don't know. I don't have that routine.
Are you sleeping like randomly, sporadically? Like,
yeah. My brain is incorrect.
I'll be honest. I've recently started joining you.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now I'm entering the gig economy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fellas, we all love the gig economy, and it's not going to get bad with the recession. It's going to stay good, and everyone's going to get work.
Nice. Yeah,
Everyone's going to be very powerful, and we're all going to get a bunch of work.
But do you feel like your brain was better?
My brain is the best it's ever been.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, by like a while, which is it's a little bit silly, but I don't know. I do journal more than I meditate, just because I don't know, helps to get words on the page and like to like break out of like certain mental cycles, and I also it actually fills a similar like stress relief zone as meditating, but like I'll also do like a mental sketch or whatever, where I just fucking doodle, but I'm like, how does how I'm feeling look, and the most recent time was a heart, but the heart was the sun, and that, you know what that means, heart had sunglasses. I'm in a good spot. I'm very smart and powerful, Benny.
And full of love.
And full of love. I have so much love to give, Benny, and I am also I'm God. And that's the truth of the matter.
What's something I'm glad to hear your brain.
Yeah, I gotta keep improving, but I think I'm in a spot to improve, which is nice as well. To learn new things and to set better patterns for myself.
This is related to that, but also related to the idea of like being good is important as an idea, and it's something that like I'm taking like kind of jumping from that, but also back to the things that we have established, and kind of going something that when stuff is like ambiguously possibly bad, I feel like you and I are like, no, that's bad or something. I don't know. Sorry if that's too much of a jump. It was just coming back to mind.
Are you talking about like moral compass shit? Or
yeah, morality stuff. I feel like that you and I have a little bit of a hard line when it comes to, it's like if people are doing something that's like gray area, sometimes you and I are like, well, don't do a gray area thing. Does that make sense?
I think that's true. I think I think since you've left, I've gathered some evil friends.
Oh, really?
only a couple.
And it is definitely related to other people, where it's like if somebody is messing up, it's kind of like a it is not appropriate or good to let them stay in that zone. I don't know.
Yeah, and I you can counsel your friends. You can let them know that they're being a little too evil. But like, I don't know. I don't mind having a slightly evil friend or two. some of my best friends are evil.
I think some of my new friends are evil in New York. It's in the mic scene, but it's also like a lot of the friends here are
okay. There was another rule. Don't talk about mics. So
true.
don't touch the mic. Don't talk about mics. And I'm just saying.
Well, I'm not.
Don't gossip.
No, I don't. True. That's true. I guess. Well, just kind of the point in general being that when things are evil or bad, even in the culture at large, I think we have a sort of a, I don't know.
Yeah,
we're just virtue signaling of going like we're actually good.
No, look, Betty. At the end
the heart sun reminded me of it.
Yeah, I don't know. We're both good. We're both good boys, but sometimes the goose gets loose.
Sometimes the goose gets loose.
Sometimes the goose gets a little
controlled
loose.
by the worm.
Yeah, controlled by the worm, and that's fine. You know.
I guess I don't know the point of the importance of putting weight. I don't know. Anyway, I like the idea of the drawing.
Yeah,
I like the drawing concept.
Yeah, I just need to like meditate and like so that I can just get, I don't know, because I'm like trying to like just be a better person and like grow and shit, and like I gotta read to do that, unfortunately.
Is there some sort of separate like watermark? Because you're like the brain's your best you've ever been.
Yeah.
But you still want to improve. I guess
yeah.
like it's continuous improvement.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking I want to get better.
Is there a specific like area or an example being set by somebody or something that you're like, I want to be like that, or like you're like, oh, I am too callous or something in this area, you know?
Okay, well, so there's a couple places that my brain goes from that, but one of which is I don't know, like I I shoot various things, and like sometimes I'll like, I don't know, I want my shit to look better. So I think that's like one thing where I'm like, oh, I need to like research more and like just figure out more tools for making my shit look better. And then also sometimes you have a friend in high school who can do a backflip, and you're like, well, that would be the one thing that I need in order to make my life complete.
Oh, I should mention, he is dead serious about that. I asked him when he got here, like, what he's like working on. He's like, I really am trying to like learn how to do a backflip.
Well, yeah. And there's a place called Philly Movement. I've never been, but it's they do adult gymnastics classes, and apparently I talked to somebody who works there because she's also in film, and she's like, yeah, a lot of dudes like just want to come in and learn how to do a backflip. So I'm not the only one. I just like want to.
It's like a consistent thing where people are like, I just want to do this at parties.
Yeah. 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 But like, wouldn't your life be better?
I love that. I was like, so how are you trying to improve your mind? You're like, what if I could do a backflip?
No, but like, I don't know. Like the
No, I know
like,
what you mean.
Or just like, with the stuff where it's like being able, I think meditation would be like very useful for me just in terms of like being able to, I don't know, like not have my mind be so easily distracted all the time, because it is a constant stream of like one thing to another, where it's like not useful.
But do you think those, like the distracting, your brain jumping from thing to thing, is that specifically holding your brain back from being good or better and useful in specific other ways? I mean, sort of like obviously, but like, is there a specific domain or something?
I mean, I think it's across the board, but like staying focused on tasks is like a big one. Staying focused on like, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's staying focused on tasks is like a bit, or just staying focused at all. Like if I'm like working, it's not hard to stay focused because there's so many things happening at once that like I have no choice but to stay focused. But if I'm just like hanging out, then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm no good.
You know, it's something that's really funny is I've felt myself slip about this while you've been here, and I'm like, oh, I've gotten worse at this. But I can tell when Devon stops paying attention to me because I'm being uninteresting or unfunny or just doing some sort of like rambly anecdote, and I can like, he'll start looking at the stuff in my room or whatever, and I'm like, oh, Devon is zoned out.
It's not a reflection on you. I've had partners complain.
But it's a mix. It's like it definitely tightens up my talking and storytelling ability. So I'm like, well, now I got to make sure, or it's, you know what I mean.
I got to make sure some fucking idiot with no attention spans stays locked in. I got to keep him trapped.
Kind of. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like but it's also, I'm learning at what points it's rude of me to ramble or like, because I'm like, I know that if I'm talking to you. And something I think that is reflective of what you're saying where I don't listen. It's like, I feel like I listen when you talk. I don't listen to your body language enough when I'm talking. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like I zone out. My eyes roll back in my head and I go, here's an anecdote about a thing that just happened to me like 2 weeks ago. And then I like, when I like my eyes roll back in, you've left the room. You know what I mean? You're like so uninterested, and I have to go like, so anyway, you want to get pizza? You know what I mean?
Yes,
it's like
yes,
kind of like and that's a reflection, I feel like, a combination of both your attention span. He's looking at my fucking shit. Your attention span.
I drew this lovely picture of Benny Feldman last night. I think it's pretty spot on.
That's me with my glasses in my kitchen.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Anyway.
I'll hang that up. Fucking
better.
I will. Probably over there somewhere. Fucking right above my head while I go to sleep every night.
Yeah.
I decontextualize it from Devon. I'm just like, I love looking at photos of me. But
that's good.
I'll tell you, since you asked so kindly what I'm working on.
Oh wow, that's is it comedy?
Not really. I mean, yes and no. I mean, of
Benny,
course,
you don't have a job anymore. Your job is comedy now.
That is true. That is true.
You better be working on comedy.
I'm working on comedy. I'll tell you what. If you're interested, are you interested?
Yes.
I'll I'll tell you what it is, and then you tell me whether or not you're interested. I'm working on like being more deeply kind.
Oh, good.
Is that interesting?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Do it, coward.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Talk about it.
I think that even on the podcast, there's things where I'm like talking about stuff being like bad in the abstract, and like kind of even art criticism and judgment or judgment of other people. I think I'm very harsh sometimes, and I'm trying to not just kind in terms of like being kind to people, because I think I am generally kind to people or at least I really try to be. But I think the concept of the deeper kindness is like really being like really like, okay, maybe I don't like that person, but let me try to reevaluate that and be like, okay, why, just because they're awkward to talk to or something that's like really unkind. Let me try to like really field a lot of like mechanisms in that sense. Does that make sense?
Alternatively,
you could just hate people.
Not even just hate people, but just be like,
just cut them out. I don't know. What's the worm say? I don't know. What is
some people are fucking goobers, dude. Some people are fucking.
I think maybe in terms of people who are acting wrong or villainously or like doing immoral things and acting wrongly, they should be held accountable and disliked in certain regard. But I think people who are goobed up should have more forgiveness for goobers. Does that make sense?
I'm playing the opposite position, but like I don't know. There are people that like really, for no fault of their own, get under my skin where I'm just like, man, this person's fucking annoying. But it's not. I can recognize in myself as well that it's not their fault. Yeah, like it's not on them. Like I do genuinely understand the idea that you're saying, but I'm also like,
at the same time, it's like, fuck. Yeah, I don't know. But it's not that I guess it's not that I have to actionably like be like, well, let me hang out with this annoying person. Yeah. But it's more like just an internal mental check to be like, maybe let me not gossip about them in a certain negative way. I don't like part of the podcast rule. No gossip is like, I don't want it to be a negative thing. I don't like the negativity of, I don't know. I think it's like even just being just sort of unkindness in thought is what I'm trying to.
Now I got to be conscious of when I'm not looking at Benny and
no. I can tell if you're listening or not, even if you're looking away. There's a stillness. But why were you not listening? Who's to say? Yeah. But anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you feel like is our most recent, like, idea that we've forged in the fires of between
Well, I don't
us?
live with you anymore, so that's a big part of it. Is there aren't many of them. But I would like to posit this question that I have with my current roommate. You ever suck a cum? You ever do it?
You ever suck a cum?
You ever suck a cum? Because I think that is worth pondering, and I think we should all think to ourselves. So,
well, we're actually at the end of the first hour, so
good.
I think have you ever sucked a cum? It's a beautiful,
thank God,
a rhetorical question to ask yourself.
It's not rhetorical. It's it's deeply literal. I have not, Benny. Have you?
Ever sucked a cum?
A nice closed loop system? I'm sorry.
A nice closed loop system? What do you mean by that? Like, have I ever like put my like are you like saying like get my mouth wide around genitalia and like suck and then like vacuum seal it coming into my mouth?
It means whatever you want, but it is literal.
Well, in that. I'd say so. Yeah, I don't know about vacuum seal. I don't know about the vacuum seal. That might not be true.
All right.
Honestly, maybe not.
We can edit the pod.
We don't have to edit the pod.
Oh no.
Hey, you want to hear a joke, Devon?
Yeah.
You might like this one.
Okay.
Hey, recently I tried jerking off with a vacuum cleaner. Mm-hmm. It didn't work, but at least I cleaned my penis for the first time.
All right.
He doesn't like when I tell him jokes.
No one likes that.
I disagree. Devon doesn't like it. Devon doesn't like a variety of things related to comedy, and like with a capital C comedy, that a lot of other people really, really enjoy.
Let us know whether or not you like being told a joke in conversation.
People sometimes ask for a joke.
Okay. Let us know. Help me.
Vote now on your phone. But, okay, Devon, do you have anything that you would like to plug? You've plugged your chess. You've said, hey, play
chess.com /nubmoo. It's spelled the way you think.
Would you like to plug a specific music video or anything?
I don't know. I like the one that I did for Ed Schrader, Echo Bass. I think that one looks good and is fun. And
do you want them to follow you on any social media or no?
I guess so. I'm hubris.online. I don't know what you would get out of following me, other than occasionally you'll be like, an image. Wow, a pretty image. Look at that.
And that's on Instagram?
That's on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on...
He checks Twitter.
I'm not on... I do go to Benny's webpage for Twitter, and I just look at his.
And he notices patterns.
I notice patterns. It's harder to tell...
when you were logged in, when you had a Twitter, you were able to like really see everybody that like every tweet I liked, you would pay attention to, and every tweet and every like that I got.
Yeah,
you were paying attention to who I was hitting on, or like you're like
who was subtweeting who. Like, like, yo, I saw this person tweet because I follow them as well. Is that a direct subtweet about that one thing that joke you just posted? And usually I was right.
Yeah,
because people aren't subtle.
Sometimes you would,
which I guess is the point, right?
Devon would be like, I noticed this thing on Twitter, and I'd be like, you're like seeing through the Matrix. You're like noticing like my deep personal life, like hidden in like the patterns of who's liking what joke.
Yeah,
and
which is fine.
Yeah, I'd like to close on not only is Devon dumb, but he's a genius.
I'm dumb as hell.
Devon's yeah, hell yeah.
But
I love him. I love him to death.
I'm gonna eat a whole pizza tonight.
We like pretty much did that yesterday.
No, but one for me.
Folks, the part 2 is going to be on Patreon. If you want to see me and Devon just our dynamic.
You're gonna lose your 7 subscribers.
Our fucking horrible dynamic.
This is no good.
That we've built over years.
One of the worst episodes of Benny Feldman's podcast, and there have been some stinkers. There have been some garbage episodes. Most of them, I get 5 minutes in and I say no.
You're talking about in terms of conversation, I assume.
Across the board.
Well, this isn't one of those, folks. If anything, this is a deep look into my life and psyche and my world. And,
everyone wants that. Good comedy, good TV. I'm sorry. I did warn him.
Well, this is what I wanted. I wanted to show the kind of behind the scenes reality. All right. Now he sees the 2 minutes over the hour, and he's like, what are we gonna do? 58 on the Patreon. All right, part 2 on Patreon. Thanks for coming, Devon.
Wow.
We'll get a snack or something. Bye.